Yo.
Oh, we here. Oh, we here. I love this. I can't hear that track now without thinking about Samoa Joe's theme music because I know that's what he sampled from, and I fucking love that shit. Oh, that goes.
Well, what's up? Y'all already know it's your boys. Conversations at the Shop Fight Night, episode 13.
13? Is it 13?
Yes, sir. 13.
Oh, man.
You already know it's your humble host. You already see what the name is. You already know what's going on tonight. You know what I'm saying? I got the Nets gear on. You know what I mean? Like
he's hopeful. He's got his wishful thinking going. That they're going to win by 30, even though nobody beats by 30. For some reason, he really thinks y'all are just going to beat us by 30. It's not going to happen. We have multiple bets going on for this game tonight, people. We going to put this shit out there for it's all going to be public knowledge, so he can't run when he got to pay up at the end of this. First off, he already owes me money for the main event on Saturday, but we'll get into that in a second.
And I'm not Gerard up here. I'm paying my bet. I'm paying my debt today.
I don't doubt that. I'm not saying that you won't. Simply noting that, we $20 on the game straight up. Correct?
20 on the game straight, of course.
20 on the game straight up. And what did you call it? $5 per
5%.
5%.
5%.
So if either team wins by at least 10 points, it's an extra 5. It's by another 10 points, it's another 5 on top of that. Right? So if by some grace of God, your tagline comes true and the Nets beat the Lakers by 30, that'd be an extra $15 on top of that. Correct? All right. And then we have another 20 on I don't believe the Nets will hit 120 points.
Delusional. He's delusional.
Number 1 defense in the league, homie.
Easy money. I'm going to make, even if we lose, I'm going to make at least $20 off of that to nullify something. Because we definitely putting up 120 tonight. I don't know what you think.
Because nobody does on us.
You never seen us before.
We've seen other great offenses.
Yeah,
Don't hit 120.
You ain't seen this one.
Yeah, well, this one ain't got the best of its offense. As great as Kyrie and Harden are, they ain't KD. I mean, like unless y'all would just have to legitimately blow us the fuck out.
Which is happening.
Right. So you think
we gave y'all 122 on Sunday? I just want to.
That's the one, and that was maybe our worst possible performance, and we lost AD in the middle of that game. Y'all dropped, and y'all barely reached 120 on a blowout win where we played like shit.
Well, they ain't us.
That's fine.
They ain't us.
Only other team to hit 120 on us needed 2 overtimes to do it. It's the only other team to hit 120 on us. Needed 2 overtimes. That's it. So I'm about to come up. All I know is I'm about to come up. So all of that is public knowledge. So he can't try to run later when all this goes down.
Ain't nobody running from nothing. I got money over here. Get your intro off, man.
Let's do it. You know who I am. West Coast captain of this here shit. Asshole by nature. Do I have it? No, I don't have anything because I don't need anything else. It's Corey motherfucking Hansford. Y'all know it.
Y'all already know who it is. It's your boy, Mr. Zero Dark 30 himself, Mr. Blackout season coming soon. Nets by 30 tonight. Huh?
Normally I would have hyped him up after that, but I can't do that after.
Nets by 30. This boy Malik the motherfucking god. Nets by 30. Huh? Let's get it. Get out of here.
So he says. And we have the wonderfully slightly above average Gerard in the background, helping us run the show behind the scenes today. So got to give him a shout out because he is taking his time out to make sure our shit here is going to go down smooth.
We'll take a shot at that nigga, by the way. I saw that nigga on the podcast the other day. That's all I want to say.
Oh no.
So I saw him on the podcast the other day. I know he missed it. I know Gerard missed it, yo.
Right.
You can't play us, dog. Like we know you missed potting. We'll be back, March 6th or something like that?
March 6th. I believe that's what it is. And yeah. No, that's gonna be going down. But we're gonna get into what happened this Saturday. Because, I'm not always right. I usually am. Not always, but I usually am right. And I told this man, Burns is going to have a little moment. He might do something. It's not going to be enough. He ain't going to be able to get Usman to the ground because of what? 100% takedown defense. What happened? Gilbert Burns had he caught him. Usman survived.
Barely.
But he survived. And then what happened? Jab straight, jab straight. And Burns was done. And I'm mad at myself for at the last minute switching from 3rd round TKO to 2nd round TKO because I had it right and I was end up being off by 34 seconds. Kamaru Usman, 34 seconds into the 3rd round, TKO. Gilbert Burns had not nearly enough for him. What do you have to say for yourself, sir?
It's a dead clock.
What? Give me some kind of explanation.
What explanation? What explanation do you need?
What did you?
I blame Gilbert.
What went wrong?
He didn't get him out of there when he was supposed to get him out of there. That's what happened. That's what happened. All right. He made the same mistake Conor made with Poirier. I don't know what's going on with you niggas. With y'all not wanting to finish people. I don't know what's going on, but I'm sick of it because it's making me wrong. And my explanation is I was right. God damn it. Until I was wrong. That's my explanation. I was right until I was wrong. But Usman impressed me. Yeah. Went over to Elevate, worked with Trevor Whitman. Got that jab right. Gilbert couldn't do nothing with the jab.
He had nothing for that jab.
Usman switched stances. Used jab with the power hand.
He had them jabs look so dangerous.
Put him away. I mean, that's what happened. So I don't know.
It's a championship fighter.
Usman didn't want to go to the ground at all. Notice that.
Intelligently. Well, duh. It's called being smart. He had other ways to win, and Gilbert didn't. Gilbert rocked him. He survived, and he said, "Oh shit, come to the ground." And Usman was like, "Get the fuck out of here." He hurt Gilbert Burns with a body shot from a standing position while he was on his back. I don't think I've ever seen no shit like that before. He gave him a straight right to the body, and Burns said, "Oh shit, get up right now." I ain't never seen no shit like that. That was great coaching, great adjustments. Championship fighters adapt and find their way to win. And Kamaru Usman did that. Gilbert Burns had nothing for it. I just love being right. I really do.
Gilbert had him, man. I don't know what it is with. I don't know what it is with them not finishing people, man. I don't know if they worried about getting gassed or what, or I don't know, man. He had him in the first round. He almost had him out of there. Usman gained my respect, though. If that's what all of this was about, especially after Usman screaming, "Put some respect on my name," after him winning, felt like he was talking to people like me. So you got your respect, Usman. I give him his respect. You got your respect. There you go.
I mean, he was right in that he's not mentioned in those pound for pound conversations, despite having the belt, despite now holding the longest win streak in UFC welterweight history, passing GSP with that. He was never mentioned in those, like, who are the best fighters in the world, by myself included. I never mentioned him in that either. And I feel like part of it was, oh, he's kind of a boring fighter, which I think was the case as he was coming up. But now is in his title fight and now 3 title defenses since, like, the Woodley fight was, I guess it was boring because of how dominant it was, but like he wasn't just boring and not active in that fight. The Kobe fight's one of the best championship fights we've ever seen, probably top 10.
Mm-hmm.
The Masvidal fight was a shitty fight. There's no way around it. It was a shitty fight. And I think that is because that was the most high profile of his title fights that left a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths was that Masvidal fight, because it was so high profile. And now this Burns fight was a very fun fight as well. So to me, you can't use the boring thing on Usman anymore. It's been pure dominance. He has not lost in the UFC. I'll remember watching him from The Ultimate Fighter, and he won that season of The Ultimate Fighter. And he's been going since, and he keeps getting better, and it feels like he continues to get better. And that's fucking scary, because I don't know any welterweight right now who can fuck with him.
I know a guy.
Are you gonna say who I think you're gonna say?
It depends. Are we talking about the rest of the card? Is there anything else to talk about on the rest of this card?
Kelvin Gastelum got a win that he really needed to get. I'll say that.
Wrestled nice the whole fight.
Yeah,
what, 6 takedowns? That's double his amount of takedowns that he's ever had in a fight before.
Right. That was a really, what was it, 3 straight he lost? But I mean, like, all the really good fight, like his losses are like, he lost to Darren Till, who's a top tier fighter. He lost to Izzy, and maybe the greatest UFC fight ever. Like, you know, he gets some losses, but he ain't losing to some nobodies. But he needed that win.
Whoa. You just call Izzy the GOAT?
No. I said that was arguably the greatest fighter I mean, arguably the greatest UFC fight.
Oh, okay.
Not easy to fighter.
My bad. My bad. I was about to be like, whoa, wait a minute, buddy.
No.
We're not doing that.
No, I'm not ready to go down that route yet.
Okay.
That Izzy Kelvin fight is maybe the best UFC fight ever. That's in that discussion. But he got a win, and he really needed that win. So I definitely want to give him credit for that win. And the what's her girl?
Alexa
Grasso. Really, really good win. She kind of reminds me of like she was Macy Barber before Macy Barber. Like when Grasso came in, she was supposed to be that like, oh shit, got a new girl coming in, like watch out. And then she kind of had her stumbles, and now she's picking it up. And I think the same could happen for Macy Barber, but that was a really good one for Grasso. You see that kind of stuff happen a lot. We're seeing it with Oliveira right now. Like Oliveira came in when he was really, really young, and it took some time, and now he's one of the best fighters in the world. Like I feel like that's kind of what's happening with Grasso. And I mean, in the division that she's in, with who the fuck else is about to fight Shevchenko, who's damn near cleared out everyone already. Like Grasso's probably one more win away. And they could probably put her in with Shevchenko because there's no fucking body else. Like,
no, I don't like that fight at all.
I'd feel bad for her. And look, I don't like anybody fighting Shevchenko because unless we doing Nunes, which is what it should be. Just we'll see. Other than that, card was fine. There was some cool little fights. There was boy tapping out the super jiu-jitsu Abu Dhabi champion, like one of the most decorated submission fighters ever. And then he looks like he's going to tap him out in like 30 seconds, and then he gets switched around. He ends up getting tapped out. That was a really, really fun fucking fight. I'm sorry I'm blanking on his name because for some reason this UFC won't let me scroll over and let me look. But there was some good stuff. So
what up?
What's going on? So that being said, immediately after Kamaru Usman wins yet again, he made it very clear who he wants to fight next. Called out Jorge Masvidal. Is that the right fight for him to make?
Not for Usman, it's not. Here I go again. God damn it. It's just Usman does this. It's not me. Usman does this because I felt like Masvidal didn't get a fair chance. It's just me. Just because it was 6 days notice?
Super, super short notice. Within 2 weeks. Like at most it was 2 weeks. Somewhere within 2 weeks. Any time within that is.
And then what gives me even more confidence is knowing that, yeah, Usman got a chin, but Usman gets caught damn near every fight that he's in, except for the Masvidal fight and probably the Woodley fight.
The Woodley fight for sure, because Tyron ain't threw an actual punch in about 3 years now. So
I think those are the two fights that I've seen Usman get caught, but he lasted through it. I think Jorge gets him out of there, man. I got it. I think Jorge gets him out of there, bro.
I think the Burns fight gave me more confidence that it'll more or less kind of go the same way that it did the first time. If I didn't see him because Burns got power, maybe not quite Masvidal power, but he's got fucking power. And so to see Usman survive that went a long way for me. because those are the ones he kind of got caught behind the ear. Like that's the ones that really throws everyone off. For him to survive that with some help from Burns, suddenly dropping to his back and and letting Usman recover and just kick the shit out of him for 2 minutes straight. It still gave me some more confidence in Usman because surviving Kobe doesn't have power like that. Kobe's a volume puncher, and he did take a lot of shots in that fight, but Masvidal's power is different. That being said, I'm not going against Usman right now. I think it ended up going the exact same. I do think it is the best. It's the biggest fight he could make for himself. GSP's not happening. GSP's already said
he has no interest in that fight.
He has zero interest in that fight. He's like, I'm like respect to Usman, but that's not motivating me to have to go away from my family and do all this stuff for 3 months for that fight. That's not happening. You look at the rank, you look at the people in that division. He's beaten the only one, Leon Edwards, which he has to win a minimum of one fight and probably two before he's really going to be considered a top fighter, which is probably a little unfair. Really, he probably should only have to win one fight, which he is now going to fight Bilal Muhammad, who just won on Saturday. Bilal's been looking for his big name fight, so now he gets it. Going to headline a fight night card. Good for him. Maybe if Edwards wins that in impressive fashion and then calls out Usman, maybe that can be something. But Kobe obviously still wants to fight. He's been very outspoken, said some more shit again. But for the eyeballs, to get the eyeballs on the fight, the money fight is clearly Jorge Masvidal, and it's clearly the fight that Usman wants. Even after where is this? So after the fight, he told ESPN this after the fight. He says he knows he can't beat me. There are certain guys you just know I can't beat that dude. He just doesn't have the skills to beat me. Now, can a freak accident happen on any given day? Absolutely. But 10 times out of 10, I beat him badly, which is why I looked at him. It's my show. I pick who I fight. At this point, I just didn't like all the circumstances I had to deal with going into the Masvidal fight, and it left a sour taste in my mouth. The shit they've talked has left a sour taste in my mouth. I need to put him in the ground for good. That's going to be the fight to make.
Well, that's the fight. I mean, what more you want me to say? Like, that's the fight. That's what you want, brother.
He feels like he should be able to pick his opponent. And he also kind of suggested that they do an Ultimate Fighter season, which I'm not going to lie, that would get me to watch. Jorge Masvidal on an Ultimate Fighter season, I'm tuning in for that shit. Period. I gotta see how Masvidal's gonna be on the fucking Ultimate Fighter, because that shit, I'm here for all that. 100%.
What do you think Usman's gonna be?
Well, it depends on what Campy kind of brings in too, because I think that usually plays a role in it. If he were to stick with the Black Zillions, now you got some Black Zillions, not AKA. Is that Top Team? I think it's Top Team.
Who for Usman?
No, like if Usman stays with the Black Zillions, what's Masvidal's camp that's also in Florida? Pretty sure it's Top Team.
It's Top Team.
Yeah, they're the huge fucking rivals. They literally had an Ultimate Fighter season based on that rivalry. So if Usman is bringing in more Black Zillions, now you've got kind of like an even more bigger rivalry, because sometimes those extra coaches and those camps can bring some extra shit too. Like when Alpha Male would be on there against people, like that shit matters too.
Right.
But if Usman brings, I mean, and Usman can talk. He'll say shit. He doesn't always do, but when you have the right person on the other side of him, like how they had with Kobe, he has that arrogance, like, you talk to me, whatever, I'll fuck you up. Like, okay, I'm still the shit. Like, I could absolutely see him and Masvidal going at it, and that would probably be one of the more entertaining coach matchups. Like, they really haven't had a really good one probably since Conor was on there, and that wasn't even a rivalry. It was just Conor stirring up all the shit with Alpha Male, which turned out to be 100% correct.
Right.
Which is fucking amazing. But like back in the day when when Rampage and Rashad Evans were on there.
Yeah. I remember that one. That was my favorite. That was my favorite Ultimate Fighter season.
Yeah, that one was amazing. The BJ Penn, I think it was BJ Penn, Jens Pulver one, was hilarious because BJ Penn gets so pissed. I don't remember what their little coaches challenge was that year. It might have been like fucking ping pong. BJ Penn lost, and you would have thought BJ Penn just lost the fucking lightweight title. Like, he was going off. I love shit like that. And between those two, I think you're getting a lot of that. Like, that'd be a very, very fun season to go with. So
right.
Make that. They both won it. Sorry, Kobe. I feel bad for you, but I don't feel bad for you because I don't like you. So you're gonna have to take another fight in the meantime. I don't know who that fight would be against.
He's gonna fight Tyron Woodley again.
Don't. Oh God. Let me look.
It's probably gonna be Wonder Boy.
That's what I was. I was like, had he fought Wonder Boy yet? And that's exactly what I was.
It's probably gonna be Wonder Boy Thompson.
I think it's either Wonder Boy or if Edwards kind of beats Bilal Muhammad and comes out a little unscathed, that they could do that fight not too far after that. Maybe put that. Well, yeah, that was wild. Holy shit. Ooh.
Scared the shit out of me.
I thought something fell in the house. I was like, nope. So yeah, I'm thinking either they can do Kobe Wonder Boy or they can do because Edwards was calling for Kobe to take the fight in March, and Kobe basically was like, "You're a charity case. I'm not doing that shit." So if Leon beats Bilal clearly and impressively, especially if they end up doing an Ultimate Fighter season between Jorge and Usman, that means it's going to be some time in between, before that fight happens. So you can give Kobe and you can take some time and let a Kobe Edwards fight build up and put it on the same card.
Right.
Like that makes the most sense to me. But I would like to see him fight Wonder Boy because I think Wonder Boy will fuck him up. I'd love to see that.
It's an interesting fight.
I don't like that matchup for Kobe. Personally.
I'm thinking Kobe would definitely try to wrestle, but Stephen Thompson is too tricky. Kick you in the fucking face.
Yeah. Like, I could see the route in which Kobe wins with so much pressure kind of getting inside and not allowing Wonder Boy to control the range. But Wonder Boy is so good at controlling the range.
But that's the thing. But when you don't let Wonder Boy control the range, Wonder Boy kind of looks human in there. That's why I was like, I don't know.
Right.
Kobe would pressure you the whole fight. He doesn't give a shit. He's not going to let Stephen Thompson stand out there and pick his shots.
I think the difference in Kobe and the guys who've been able to do that are their explosive athleticism. Like, Woodley can make moves and get inside when he actually fought like a fighter. He could make moves and you can't plan for that shit. Kind of the same with Masvidal. He was fucking Masvidal up. but one quick move and like Masvidal can pull some shit off like that. Kobe can't pull some shit off like that.
Right,
Kobe just has to walk you down. And if you're just going to walk Stephen Thompson down, he's going to tag the fuck out of you the entire time you're trying to walk him down.
Yeah, true. That's true.
So I'd be interested. I'm interested in that fight. And I feel like Wonder Boy's a big enough name that Kobe should. I mean, Kobe's going to bitch about it anyway, but maybe he can't bitch about it as much that he'd take that fight.
Right.
I wouldn't be mad at it. Yeah.
Well, we already know what's next with Usman. He's getting baptized. So that's the baptism of Usman is what's next.
You can believe that if you want to. You can believe that if you want to.
What's the next topic, man?
We're talking about Gerard Cousin. Good old John Jones. Basically, what we knew was pretty much made official, or as official as Dana White's words makes things, which can always be up for debate. But Dana White said that John Jones is getting the winner of Stipe and Ngannou. Period. Point blank. There is no doubt about it. So John Jones's first heavyweight fight will be for the heavyweight title.
Which we all knew anyway.
We all knew it. Is it the right move? From a business standpoint, obviously. It from a business standpoint, no one's going to question that. Is it a fair move to the rest of the heavyweight division?
Yes. Sorry. The minute they made Jan and Stylebender, you already knew Jones was next up in line. Like even Curtis Blades came out the other day.
I have that, and that's why
I understand it. Like it's not like I'm not upset about it or anything like that. I mean,
well, even he said he said he expected it. He gets it. He doesn't think it's fair, but that's not what this business is about. And then he also mentioned the Glover to Shields. Like, hey, Glover should have been next at light heavyweight, but Izzy wants to bump up. Then you let Izzy bump up. Like, that's kind of how this game works. So,
right.
Curtis Blades, I do, even though I can't stand him as a fighter, I respect the fact that Jesus Christ, it is real out there.
It's going ape shit outside, bro. Wow. It is going ape shit outside.
That is wild. But even though I absolutely hate Curtis Blades' style, it is the worst. I respect the fact that he understands the game. He's not tripping off the game.
Yeah.
Like, he's not, oh my God, how could you do this? That's all. Like, no. And look, it's John Jones. I get it. So he knows, even if he wins this fight on Saturday, probably going to have another fight.
Yeah.
And I don't know who the hell that would be against. But
Curtis Blades, doesn't he have a fight against Derek Lewis?
That's what I'm saying. That's on Saturday.
Oh,
no,
okay.
That's what I'm saying. Like, even if he wins on Saturday.
What's next for him? No, you put it, you got to go back on ice. And you got to wait for your title shot.
How long?
Unless they play him and they make it, say for instance, Jones fights, say Francis loses. All right. This Jones versus Stipe. Say Jones wins. Now it's Jones versus Francis.
Or is it Jones versus Stipe 2 or some shit?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So
I almost feel bad for Blades. Almost.
Why though?
Because he's basically beaten everybody not named Francis or Stipe.
Well, then you can't fight Francis or Stipe. Like, I don't
like. I mean, he hasn't fought Stipe, period. but like
he's fought Francis and
He fought Francis. We know what happened. It's fucking Francis. Right. So I'm not saying like obviously Francis dog walking, but everybody else he beats clearly. It's hard for someone in his position. It's hard to like, okay, well then even if you choose to stay active, well against who? Because the guys around you, he's beat Volkov already.
Yeah.
He's beat Junior already. You know what I'm saying? Like, so is he gonna have to fight? Like, he'll probably have to fight fucking Rosenstrike. I think the winner of that fight should fight Volkov. But then, like, what are you gonna do with whoever wins between Blades and Lewis? Like, and for someone like Blade, like for Lewis, it's a little bit easier because you lost a fight here and there. You're a little lower in the rankings. Curtis Blades is number 2. Stipe, Francis, Curtis Blades. So there is no good, like there's no good route for him.
Right.
He's just kind of stuck.
But I mean, if you think about it, Francis was stuck too. Like he's in the same boat that Francis was in. So this seems to be the route of the number 1 contender for that division right now. It's just, okay, we get you the number 1 contender, but there's still fights that we need to make. Right. You know what I'm saying? The heavyweight division has been classic with not following rankings lately, especially after all of this. Like, what they did, Daniel Stipe 3 times.
That was a lot of that was on Stipe. Stipe could have stayed active before then, because then after he beat Stipe, he fought Lewis on the short notice. He fought Lewis on the short notice to save the MSG card. Which he didn't plan on doing. Like he was trying to, like, dog, I just won the heavyweight belt. I want to take a fucking break.
Yeah.
And they had like that whole madness with that MSG card, and they needed something, and they paid Cormier. I want to say it was like 600, 700,000. Like, just please come do this fucking fight for us, and he did. Yeah. But like they wanted Stipe to fight someone else, and it was Stipe just refusing and refusing and refusing and refusing. Right, and eventually he got like that is what held up stuff more than anything. I mean, and it's not that Stipe was wrong. Like I don't think Stipe was wrong. Like I'm the longest reigning heavyweight champion of all time. I got more title defenses than anybody. I deserve a rematch. He wasn't wrong in that. But that is what really held it back. And then once the second fight between Stipe and Cormier goes the way that it does, you almost have to make a third fight because Cormier destroyed him for the first 2 rounds. Like, and then Stipe just survived and came back and won it. Now you've got one of the best heavyweight title fights we've ever seen, and the series is 1-1. You got to make a trilogy fight now. Like it was one of those unfortunate ones, almost like at lightweight all them years ago when Frankie Edgar and Gray Maynard had the draw.
Right.
And Pettis is supposed to get the fight, and now it's like, well, they just had a draw. What? Sorry, like we got to do it, and the whole division's kind of got caught up in that. Now Francis is just now getting a shot, second shot, but they kind of threw him to the wolves a little early before he was ready for that.
Right.
Stipe took advantage of it, and I don't think it's going to happen twice. So I'm excited to see how all this plays out.
So you got Francis winning the fight?
Yeah, I have Francis winning the fight. But even though we haven't seen it, I think Francis has been putting in work on his wrestling. I don't think Stipe is going to get him down as effortlessly as he was able to in the first fight.
Mm-hmm.
And even just in the first 2 rounds, if he can make him work that much more and be able to get a little more time on the feet, that's all he needs. To me, is just don't go straight down 10 seconds into the round. And I think he can be able to do that. It's a fucking problem for Stipe, because even super tired Francis damn near clipped Stipe a couple times in like round 4 and 5 of that fight, and he had 0% red blinking energy bar, and it was still like, oh, whoa. Stipe, you might want to put him back on the ground, dog. Don't do that shit. So
I'm still going Stipe for right now.
Not mad at it. Not mad.
Just for right now. I might change my opinion, but we got a ways to go.
We do have a ways to go.
What is it? March 28th?
Yeah, it should be end of March. Because we have that's 260. We got 259 first, which is the triple championship card. That's going to be insane. We might have to bring someone else on for that one, because that's going to be that is a card.
Yeah.
Whew. But I'll ask this again. I feel like we've talked about it before. Who's John Jones rooting for?
I don't think he cares.
Okay. I hate that. I kind of agree with you on that. I think.
Yeah. I don't like that. I honestly, I don't think he fears either Stipe or Francis. I really think I think he's still the better fighter out of both of them. I mean, you got to worry about the power differential because you're moving from lightweight to heavyweight, but I don't know. I think it's the fear. It's the fear of a reinvigorated John Jones. That's the scary part in all of this, and that's why I feel like if it is the reinvigorated John Jones, I don't think he cares if it's Stipe or Francis. I think he'd wash either one of them if it's the John that we expect to be. You know what I'm saying? The John that's going to fight. Like
I agree with you that John is confident enough in himself that he does not care who it is. I 100% believe that John Jones believes I'm fucking either one of them up. I agree with that. Do I think that's the case? I'm not sure that. I'm not so sure that's the case. But I do agree with you in that John's mindset is that of I'm beating whoever I step into the fucking octagon with. 100%. I think both of them give him troubles. Ngannou, I gotta see Stipe against someone not Cormier to have a little more confidence in him, because you know how I feel about. I feel Jones's weak point is his striking, and that there are guys who are better overall strikers than him, and that's where he's had issues. And Stipe can box his ass off. Like, Stipe can box for real, and we know about Francis' power. But like, if Stipe still has more, he's kind of looked a little. He's older. He's been through some wars, so I don't know exactly how much he's got left. But I think a really good Stipe could give Jones some problems on the feet, more problems than I think people realize.
Just because the reason why I disagree is because Stipe's boxing, he likes to box close, and I think that gives John a chance to clinch him.
I don't think that's the worst thing for Stipe.
All right, John Jones is a lot. Okay, John Jones is a lot better in the clinch than Daniel Cormier. I'll especially striking wise.
I think he's got more weapons in the clinch than Cormier. I don't think he's necessarily strong, like physically stronger in the clinch than Cormier. I do think he's like with Jones, you got to deal with knees and elbows and shit like that in a way that you don't have to deal with Cormier in. I don't know. I don't think I'd give John the slight edge, but I think it's a slight edge. I don't think it's as big of a gap. And maybe I just view Stipe a little higher. Or maybe I view Jones a little bit lower.
No, I get you. I get you, but I just I just think a motivated John Jones finishes Stipe. Like I just,
it's more than possible. I'm not sitting here gonna act like it's some clear ass.
because it's not like the fights that we've seen before. Like the past 2 fights I've picked, where I'm like, all right, I'm gonna pick Conor, but he is fighting Dustin Poirier. Poirier's been on a hellacious run. All right, I'm picking Gilbert Burns, but Usman has shown that he's worth being respected. When I think of John Jones versus Stipe or Francis, I'm just automatically like, yeah, John. I don't like. I see the issues that, of course, is Francis's power and is Stipe's boxing. I see that. But if it's John Jones at heavyweight, and I just feel like we're going to see the old John. Like
that's where we differ. I don't think that.
Okay, at least we got there. At least we got there. Okay, at least we got there. Is that you don't believe that we're going to see the John Jones of old?
I think that John Jones is gone.
The reason why I felt like John Jones is because he bulked up during his suspension, and I think he should have just went up the heavyweight then, and I think it was the weight cut.
For multiple fights though.
I mean. He did look good against Gustafsson.
That ain't that.
I understand. Look, I get it, but he did look good against Gustafsson.
I'll give you the Anthony Smith fight before I give you the Gus fight.
Okay, well that's 2 fights.
I'll give the Anthony Smith fight.
That's 2 fights.
The Gus fight, everything how that went down was just.
And then I don't
trust that.
So what were the fights? He fought OSP first.
That was way before that. That was early because that was off the first suspension.
Okay.
Then he had the OSP fight off the first suspension, which was one of the worst he's ever looked. But it was his first fight coming off a suspension.
Right.
Then he had the Cormier fight that got overturned, and that's when he hit the second suspension.
Right.
Then he came back with Gus.
Fought Gus. Looked good against Gus. Fought Anthony Smith.
I think Anthony was after that. And then it was the
Reyes fight.
No, Santos.
Okay. The Santos fight. Okay, I'll give you that. He didn't look terrible in the Santos fight.
He didn't look terrible in this. I think that's always been a little bit overblown.
Yeah, he didn't look terrible in the Santos fight.
He didn't look great, but I think people definitely I don't think that fight was close.
He fucked up both his knees now.
He should have. He should have finished
both of his knees, bro. Yeah, he should have.
Yeah,
he fucked up both of his knees, dude. I don't. And then it's the Reyes fight.
And
correct?
Then it's the Reyes fight. Yes.
I mean, I'm not too far off. Like it's not. It's like John is still there. It's just I think it's the weight cut. Like I think the reason why we're not seeing prime John Jones is because he should have been fighting that heavyweight this whole time, and there's no interest for him in the light heavyweight division.
You might be right. You might be right. That play. I think he more so kind of got bored. More so kind of got bored and was just trying to do some other shit. He could have wrestled Santos. He thought, and my issue with that fight in white still clicks in my head was you wanted to test yourself against this top level striker who's destroyed both of his knees, and you still couldn't finish him on feet. I don't know whether that says more about how good of a striker Santos is or that your striking is not quite on that level because he couldn't move. Santos couldn't move, and you couldn't finish that off. You could have, and this is why it was more so kind of a dick move, you could have took him down and fucked him up because Glover did it. Because Glover did that.
Here's another theory. What if John took the last 2 fights off just to work on his shit for heavyweight? Like, okay,
stupid. If he did that, he was stupid.
Like, okay, I'm gonna work on this because that, like, honestly, but it's John Jones. Like,
I'm not saying it's not possible. It's just stupid because even though I thought the Santos fight was clear as day for him, that was a split decision. You damn near lost your belt on that. And that Reyes fight, I think he lost that fight very close, but I think it came down to round 3. I thought Reyes got the first 2 clear. I thought Jones got the last 2 clear, and I thought the third was somewhere in the middle, and I don't know who won that round. But I edged it to Reyes when I first watched the fight.
John got the last 3.
Either way, I don't think it's easy.
I
don't think it's easy. He might have gotten the last 3, but either way, like, it's just you don't. I mean, if you're good enough to take them kind of risks, I guess you're good enough to take them kind of risks. And I think
I actually had John taking the second round.
I have to watch. I haven't watched it. I only watched it that one time.
I think I had Reyes take the first. I had John take the second, Reyes take the third, and John take the fourth and the fifth. I think that's how I had it scored. I think that if I do believe, I think that's how I had it scored. I'm gonna have to go back and watch it again.
Yeah, that's something that we're gonna. Yeah, we need to go back, and that's a refight worth revisiting. Yeah. Because I remember watching it and going, "Am I tripping, or is John Jones down 3-0?" Like, I remember specifically going, "I really think John might be down 3-0." I don't know. This round was close, but I think John might be down 3-0. And then he absolutely dominated the last 2 rounds. Full on 100%. That's great. But if that was a risk, it was a dumb risk. You know my theory on what happened with John Jones. And until I'm proven otherwise, until he gives me a performance to prove otherwise, boy ain't looked the same since he ain't been able to take whatever the fuck he was taking.
Okay. Well, when we get up to heavyweight, we're going to show you.
We're going to see.
We're going to show you. I'm telling you, we're going to show you.
Like this, no one has ever explained correctly why these things were in his system. No one has done it. There has been zero explanation given as to why you could say it was only picograms.
It was a picogram.
They don't just appear in your system.
They changed
I don't care.
Whole shit because of that. They changed the whole system because of that.
Yeah, because they were going to linger and they didn't want John to get suspended again.
Because he was innocent, so they were like, you know what? Our system is fucked
up.
Tell
that to Frank Mir. Tell that to Frank Mir, because he got a whole ass suspension off that same shit.
Well, I mean, sorry, you weren't big enough for them to change. John was big enough for them to change. I'm
just picogram. I understand that picograms is such a minuscule amount. That doesn't mean they appear out of nowhere. It had to get inside his body somehow.
I blame
Period. Yeah, of course, we're gonna blame Gerard. He probably did do something. He laced his coke or some shit. I don't know, but the shit got into his system somehow. And there's never been, like, that's my thing. There's never been a reason given. They tried to say, oh, it was a supplement. They ran through all the supplements. All of them came back clean. But it wasn't some supplement. It wasn't a gas station dick pill like the first time that they were able to blame it on. No, none of that shit happened. So how did it get in the system? You give me an actual reason, I'll drop that shit. But no reason has been given, and then he snitched on people to get his suspension shortened. That happened. These are facts. It's on paper. Look it up. So until John Jones can clear that shit, and he's not, I'm going to continue on this John Jones rant.
Okay, so what if he goes up to heavyweight and he dominates? Do I get a different tune out of you?
Then he gets a credit. I'll obviously respect him as a fighter. I still respect him as a fighter. I've all the respect in the world for John Jones as a fighter. That doesn't change the facts of the shit that he did. And like I said, he has not had that showing. He has not looked like peak John, the ones that ran through the greatest fucking lineup of light heavyweights we've ever seen, back to back to back, not being touched. We ain't seen that John Jones.
But it's not. But let's not pretend like MMA hasn't evolved. Like, it's different. It's just different now. Like it's not. There's no champions out here who's not being touched in fights. Like there's not.
I get that.
We thought the same thing. We thought the same thing about Figueiredo, and then he had his fight. Like it happens.
Still looked a certain way, even in a close fight. They still look like you're not going. Yo, Figueiredo just looks like a different dude. He just doesn't look the same. It was, oh shit, this dude is really testing him, and they pulled it out. Same with Izzy. Jones doesn't look the same, and that is my concern. And I haven't seen anything to prove that otherwise yet. That is my worry with John Jones.
I'm not worried because I think 80% of John Jones beats anybody in the world.
Yeah, nah, I'm not with you on that one.
Okay, it's what's been happening. So I don't
think that he hasn't seen top flight competition in those fights. They're good, but like to watch you dominate Shogun and Rampage and Rashad and Vitor, those level of dudes, and Cormier in the first fight, and now you're telling me you can't fucking finish Dominic? You damn near losing to Dominic fucking Reyes, and you expect me to believe you're still the same fighter? Nah, I can't possibly do that. I can't. It makes no sense.
Did he win, Corey?
Yes, he won. I'm not arguing. Arguably, because I don't believe he won the Reyes fight, and we gotta watch it again. Maybe Cejudo and Mouse has to go on the back burner. And that needs to be the first fight we review.
I might watch the fight tomorrow, Corey. I'm gonna be real. I might watch the fight tomorrow.
If you watch the fight, I'm watching the fight. We'll come back next week.
I'm watching the fight.
Jones. We talk about Jones Reyes.
Yes. We don't need to see Cejudo versus
because we know who won that fight.
We know who exactly
because we know who won that fight.
We know Cejudo won.
We know that the man got robbed and he went out to ONE FC to go do work over there. Fine, absolutely, we can do that. We'll watch Jones Reyes. We are doing the rewatch. We are coming back next week with notes and who we got winning the fight. I'm down for that.
I might fuck around and watch it tonight, Corey.
Oh, are you gonna watch it before or after the Nets get washed tonight?
I don't know. You know what? It kind of depends because yeah, I might put it off until tomorrow. I'm gonna say I'm gonna watch it today. Because usually, pause this, but I go to sleep listening to Cormier and Hawaii.
Ariel, yeah.
So there's UFC on my shit on my YouTube constantly. I'm pretty sure by the end of the night, after the game, everything like that, I'll probably chill out for that 30 minutes of downtime, and I'll probably sit there and I'll probably watch. So it'll probably be. But Gerard made a good point. He said, "Let's do a live watch."
If we can,
I don't know if we could swing it that way.
That is exactly what I was gonna say. If
maybe what me and you could do, maybe what's possible is I could set up OBS, and you know how like Joe Rogan has the fight companion.
Yeah.
Maybe we could watch it off here or whatever.
Right.
And then just respond to it in real time. Maybe that's real time.
Yeah, I don't think we could stream it. I was gonna say unless it was on UFC's YouTube, which I didn't see just now as I looked. So yeah, we can set something up and then we watch that. I'm down for that. I am. Yeah. I like that. I like that. So we can make that happen.
But I could watch fights a million times. So
I'm
still probably going to watch it tonight. Just
for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Put my eyes on it.
Absolutely. Make that happen. And well, before we get out, we got to do a quick fight night. Curtis Blades, Derek Lewis. I know we're rooting for the same person, but who do you actually got?
My head is telling me Curtis Blades because he's going to try to wrestle Derek. There's no this. I don't like. And we've seen Derek with wrestlers. It doesn't turn out well any time he goes against a guy with the level of wrestling of Curtis Blades. So I got Curtis Blades.
I'm with you, unfortunately. These are the kind of fights that Curtis Blades wins.
Yeah.
It's just he is one of those. He is this era's John Fitch. It ain't pretty. I mean, and he said it. Like, I don't care that it's not some amazing, super entertaining style. I'm here to win. And he does. The only person that's got him is Francis.
Yeah.
And we know what Francis can do. So, it's hard to go against him. And yeah, as much as I'm rooting for Derek Lewis, it's kind of hard to go against Blades, just with how dominant he's been.
Yeah.
With his wrestling.
Yeah. What's the co-main?
Co-main is women's fight Yana Kunitskaya and Ketlin Vieira. Yeah, it's one of those. There are a couple guys that I like. Andre Arlovsky's fighting. He's opening up the main card.
I remember
that's my guy. Yeah. Tom Aspinall. And my boy, Violent Bob Ross, Luis Pena, is on the prelims. Took a short notice fight. That's my guy. He might get fucked up because he got kind of a tough fight against Drakkar Klose, and I know Drakkar Klose can fuck people up. But that's my guy. I fucks with Violent Bob Ross. So he fighting. I'm watching. That's my guy. So a couple people to look forward to, but not one of the best fight night cards like we saw a couple weeks ago. But you never know. These be the ones. Get some ridiculous knockout. So we'll see how it goes down. But shit, I'll still be watching. I don't care.
Yeah, I'm looking at the card right now. Yeah. We'll see what happens.
Right.
Put my phone down. We'll see what happens.
That's all it is.
But all right, you got any positive words? We can get out of here.
Positive words. Lakers getting this dub tonight. That's the most positive thing that can happen right now. It's Lakers dub. I'll make sure to send you my Cash App, and we'll make that happen. I can't wait.
Nets by 30 tonight. I get all my guap and my respect. It's more about see, that's the thing. This is why I keep throwing money because it's not about the money with me and Corey with this shit. It is purely about respect because me and Corey both know we will be seeing each other in June or July, whatever the fuck. This is just
as long as both of us can get healthy. Both of us can get healthy.
They'll make sure we're healthy. Trust me. They'll make sure we're healthy.
Can't wait. I can't wait. Really, Malik just wants to shut me the fuck up. That's really what it comes down to.
I have to at this point. I have no choice. I have to. What time does the game come on?
Well, it's here, so it's either 7 or 7:30.
My time. So I got plenty of shit to do before then.
Yeah, you got time. Yeah, we got like 4 hours, 3-4 hours before that. Yeah. So, yeah, no, we got some time to kill. I'm excited. It's gonna go down.
You're napping. Oh shit.
Yeah, we got time. It's nothing. Gerard wished that his Nuggets beating me on Sunday could have shut me up. But one, AD got hurt in that game, and I mean things were already kind of turned a little bad, but that just took this art out of everything. And 2, Kyle Kuzma still embarrassed Maga Porter Jr. and crammed on him. So he couldn't get me to shut up about that. So I got that tip jam from old Kuz, ending this light-skinned war once and for all. So, you know,
hey man, we
Kyle Kuzma
not
showed who the superior light skin was.
We not finna do that, bro. You like y'all lost. It's okay.
We did.
Take the L.
We
didn't get
who you got winning? Who you got winning tonight?
Good question. Good question. Who you got tonight?
Who I got tonight?
Who you got tonight? No AD, no KD. They're both officially out. Kyrie is officially playing.
And they're playing in the Staples Center, right?
In Staples Center.
And Kyrie took time off last game to be 100% for this game.
Okay.
I got Brooklyn by 5.
I love it.
I think it's gonna be a close game.
By 5.
You just sealed it.
LeBron score all these points. What?
Everybody, did you not watch her? Oh yeah, no, we were playing Minnesota. Nobody watched that last game. Shooter dropped 25 last game. And Kyrie don't defend nobody that's not named Steph Curry, so Shooter's just gonna blow by him.
Well, no, it's not happening. It's not happening tonight.
Okay.
He can't embarrass himself like that in front of Bron tonight.
Watch. Oh, okay. Trez gave us like 21 or somewhere in that range. Kuzma ain't even have a good game. Shit, we got double-digit points from Marc Gasol. That's how much of a good night our last game was. We getting slightly more aggressive Marc Gasol. So I don't know. But he ain't gonna do much today because what DeAndre don't play but what, about 15, 20 minutes a game? So
yeah, before he put Jeff Green in the center.
Yeah, and then once that happens, we put Trez in the center, and
Jeff Green still balling.
Trez is going to murder Jeff Green inside. That is a terrible matchup for him.
I got Jeff Green putting Trez on a poster tonight.
I don't know if we were watching the Phoenix game the other day, they would put whoever Jeff Green was holding in the pick and roll with James Harden.
All day.
With James Harden. So it's if you're gonna put Trez on him and you're gonna run the pick and roll, you're gonna put Trez on James. So
like I said, Green to keep I dare Jeff Green try to keep Trez off the offensive glass. You're telling me Jeff Green's gonna keep Trez off the offensive glass?
I didn't tell you that. I'm just telling you
on my point.
The defensive side. That's all I said.
I trust our team to make up for those defensive matchups and actually communicate well because we've done that all season. Then the other way around, and we're gonna get whatever matchups we want.
I mean, first of all, Corey, this is the thing.
Tell Joe Harris be ready.
With this dangerous offensive team that you're playing today, you can't go out there and spot them 20.
We're not. That was last week. We haven't done that the last 2 games.
You can't spot a nigga. You can't spot niggas 15. You can't spot them 10.
Y'all are an explosive offensive team. We didn't spot y'all that. Y'all didn't make a run to the middle of the game.
Like I'm saying, you spotted Minnesota the other night. Minnesota was kicking. Oh, they was beating y'all by like 8, 9, 10 points, bro.
Late. You talking about like a start? Oh, we talking about late?
Like, period. You cannot get these niggas a lead like that.
Yeah, we have a bad habit of going 4 or 5 minutes without scoring. I will absolutely give you that. And we can't afford to do that against Brooklyn.
Big problem.
That is my concern. That I will absolutely admit.
Big problem.
We have a very bad habit.
Big problem.
That is my fear. That's my fear.
You cannot do that. And if you do that, you are getting smoked because
we might be able to survive one. We might be able to survive one if we're kind of winning at the time and that happens. But we can't have more than one of those. I'll absolutely. If we have more than one of those, y'all are gonna blow us out. I'll give you that absolutely, 100%. I don't think it's gonna happen, but we'll see. Listen, Gerard, go on and do the one thing that you're good at, and let's get ourselves out of here.
That's why I came up here. I hadn't really been on camera in a minute, so I came up here to tell everybody. We are coming back with the main podcast March 6th, the day before the All-Star game. The day before the All-Star game. So be prepared. There's gonna be some new music coming. We got new intro music on the way. A couple of new things I'm gonna try out with it. I'll let y'all fellas know after this. But yeah, so y'all make sure y'all stream us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, anywhere you get your podcast. Follow us on YouTube, man. Like and subscribe, hit the bell. Make sure you get the notifications when
all of them.
Yeah, all of them. All 13 episodes of Fight Night, all 80 episodes. Well, not all 80, but a big chunk of our conversations at the shop is on YouTube. We got Divorce Besties is on YouTube also. So follow. Yeah, that's all I got for y'all, man. Great show by my brothers, man. They keeping the shit rolling while we take this break from the main joint. Shout out to Marcus. Shout out to everybody. And prayers up for everybody in Texas and in Tennessee with all this fucking snow and flooding and all this bullshit that's going on around here. Other than that, that's all I got for y'all, man. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day. Make sure y'all keep up on these games tonight.
Thanks. End the show, man. I'm rolling up.
We out.
We out, dog.